John, I want to talk to you about something that I didn't feel like was controversial, but maybe I'm wrong. It surprises me. But WWE dispatched a group of superstars to go wish the United States Army happy birthday. Cody Rhodes was, of course, the leader of the pack. Tiffany Stratton and others were involved. And they sang to the troops happy birthday to celebrate the anniversary of the creation of the United States Army. And to my surprise, there's a whole lot of political talk in the comments like, once upon a time, the WWE champion and the top guys and gals, they went to entertain the troops and it didn't feel political. I get it's a different time now, but can we really villainize WWE superstars for supporting our troops in 2025? It feels weird. I guess we see the report here. It's Cody Rhodes, Tiffany Stratton, and the Street Profits took stage as what's described as a Trump rally to celebrate 250 years of the U.S. Army. But see, even that, a Trump rally, like he's not campaigning. He's just the president now. Like, I don't know. I hate that. And I'm not trying to have a political conversation. That's not what our podcast is about. But should WWE stop supporting the troops? That feels weird to me.
Absolutely not. And they shouldn't stop supporting the president of the United States of America. It's absolute bullshit. There are a bunch of so many snowflakes out there that get their little feelings hurt over anything. It's just bullshit. I don't care if it's Biden, Kamala, or Trump. Whoever's the president, you're supposed to support them. And there are always going to be policies you don't agree with. You know, I remember when Trump was running the first time was president, I'd said something on Fox, and it wasn't about Trump. It was about the economy, and Trump retweeted it, took out there and said, hey, thanks, John Layfield, J.C. Layfield, added J.C. Layfield. Appreciate that. We're doing a great job building the economy, blah, 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 blah. And it got like 75,000 right away likes and stuff, you know, because the president of the United States retweeted it. And Vince called me in. He goes, hey, John, you can't take a political stand like this. You know, he wanted me to be a little more, you know, unbiased. And I said, Vince, look at the tape. I said nothing about the president. It was about something with the economic policies that really didn't have to do with him. He just took credit for it. And I said, but it's pretty cool. The president of the United States retweeted me. And Vince agreed. He goes, you know what? You're right. He goes, maybe we're overthinking this. I think we're overthinking it. You know, we had Bush that supported us with the tribute to the troops. We had Obama support us with tribute to the troops. It was completely nonpartisan. And this stuff now that people are so polarizing, you can't support the president of the United States. Now, I don't give a shit if you voted for Trump or not. He's the president. You support him. If you don't like him, vote him out. If you don't like him, speak out against him. But you get an offer from the president of the United States to come celebrate the military.
Yes.
With her 250th birthday coming up. That is a huge deal. You're going with the president of the United States? We had back in the 80s, we wouldn't have anybody that would let us go anywhere and support anything. This is how far the business has changed. Wrestling is now accepted everywhere, and people are mad about that. Give me a freaking break.
Yeah,
bunch of snowflakes, just a bunch of damn snowflakes. They're just looking for something to get mad at.
It feels to me, and again, I'm not nearly as political as some of my friends, but like they're supporting the army. Like I thought we were always supposed to support the troops. Like, set the politics aside. Whoever the president is, but it's a freaking in support of our troops. I don't know. I, for one, am always going to be on board with let's go celebrate our military and let's honor our troops. And I mean, we have Memorial Day, we have Veterans Day. We can't have Cody Rhodes go sing happy birthday. It feels
to the troops. And so the president of the United States is there. I mean, there were times when wrestling was so thought of so badly, you wouldn't have a local elected official that would be surrounded by wrestlers out there. And now we have the president of the United States, and we're celebrating the 250th birthday of the military. I mean, to me, it's just crazy. And look, by the way, I voted for Gerald Briscoe. I really did. I wrote in Gerald Briscoe because I didn't want to vote for either one of them. So don't talk to me about who I voted for. That's who I voted for was Jerry Briscoe. And so, but people get so worked up on this shit. It makes no sense whatsoever. Give me a break. You don't like the president? I get it. Half the country doesn't. Half the country does. I get he's polarizing. If Kamala was in there, she'd be just probably just as polarizing.
Hypothetically, what do you think Mr. Briscoe's platform would have been if we would have really gotten a whisper campaign going, and we got a movement, and we got Briscoe installed as the president of the United States, what would his first order of business be?
Oh my God, he would burn all the Christopher Columbus statues is what he would do. First thing he would do. Yeah, because he's so mad that his ancestors didn't build a wall to keep Columbus out. Because with the Columbus, claims he discovered them and, had some genocide and slavery issues. Other than that, Columbus was a wonderful person. One of the worst human beings of all time. Great seller. First thing he would do is he would tear down all the Christopher Columbus statues and ban the name forever. Then he would make the name Wahoo into a national park in Oklahoma, I believe is what he would do second. So I think those two things would be at the top of his agenda. He would ban everything with Christopher Columbus, and then he would make Wahoo the name of the national park for all of Oklahoma.
I got to tell you, I'm feeling pretty damn patriotic right now. I think we may have to get that going in time for 2028. What say you?
I think Mr. Briscoe would be a wonderful president.
Well, you know what? Let's just think about, because he's going to need a running mate. What about Stories with Briscoe and Bradshaw? It's available now everywhere you enjoy podcasts. If you haven't already, go hit the subscribe button right now. Yes, it's on YouTube, but it's also on Apple and Spotify and everybody else. It's called Stories with Briscoe and Bradshaw. John and Mr. Briscoe have had a who's who of guests through the years, probably hundreds of guests at this point, and you don't want to miss it. Go check it out. It's Stories with Briscoe and Bradshaw. Before we get into...
And by the way, for over 20 plus years, I've sent Mr. Briscoe a note every Thanksgiving and every Christopher Columbus Day, telling him how happy we were that Columbus discovered them. And telling him thank you so much for getting the settlers food and stuff. Sorry about shooting them in the back and taking all their land and killing all the buffalo. We apologize for that, but appreciate them getting through Thanksgiving. It's a wonderful holiday, and Christopher Columbus is a good man. Not really, but I tell him that.
I'm getting why you and Bruce are such good friends now. My God,
I'm not kidding you. I've sent him a note every Thanksgiving and every Christopher Columbus Day for the last 20 plus years.
It's unbelievable. Well, listen, it's a lock that you're going to do that every holiday you get a chance. And you've had some other locks thanks to 5 Best Bets. As you and I are recording, we are knee deep in the NBA Finals, and I know baseball's cranked up. What's really tickling your fancy at 5 Best Bets? And just explain to our listeners what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, I had 5 Best Bets. That's the Twitter name, X name. We also got it on our YouTube channel. Stories of Briscoe and Bradshaw put out a video almost every day about 5 Best Bets. Cover what I think are the best bets and the bets that I'm making, by the way. So we're not selling anything. We're not trying to sell a subscription. It's all free. Just telling you what I'm doing. Mr. Briscoe and I love talking baseball. There's some great things happening in baseball. Aaron Judge is having one of the greatest years of any batter in history. He's having a better year right now than the guys from the steroid era. I mean, it's unbelievable. Barry Bonds' year, people thought they'd never replicate it. Judge is having a year that replicates that. Skewball is pitching his ass off in Detroit, and you got the series that Oklahoma City everybody thought would take in 5. They're now down 2-1. There's a lot of good stuff happening in sports right now. I'm having a lot of fun betting on Sports Daily, putting out the videos, putting out at 5 Best Bets, at least what I'm doing. Also put out some extra bets like prop bets, like strikeout bets, Nerfies. They call them no runs first inning, which is the most fun bet in the world. It's the most nervous bet in the world because one big hit kills your bet if you're betting against it. But it's just a lot of fun, just having some fun with 5 Best Bets.
I like that we're all learning, because I have to admit I was not too familiar with no fees until you started talking about it here on the program, and I started asking some of my buddies, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we do that every day." So
it's all odds. You look at pitchers, and like pitchers will be like 10-2, 11-1. Then you look at the teams that score in the first inning. It's amazing how many pitchers will have like a 5 ERA but not give up runs in the first inning. So they're pitching really well against the best batters, because you put your best batters, 1 through 4 in that first inning. They're pitching very well first time through the order, but they're not very good later. So you look at these odds. It's just a lot of fun to look at the odds and match it up with the teams and try to figure out who's going to score in the first inning.
Well, we know who's going to score, and that's everybody who's listening to 5 Best Bets. It's available now anywhere you enjoy Stories with Briscoe and Bradshaw. Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment. and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next 2 house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to savewithconrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to savewithconrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at savewithconrad.com. Shoot me an email at conrad@savewithconrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105 or get yourself a quick quote. Even talk to a live person right now at savewithconrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at savewithconrad.com.